Oh, my goodness. Mm.
Hello.
Buzzle You know what I'm saying? Hello.
What it do, what it is, what it be.
It's a boy, huh?
Good afternoon. Good night. Depending on where you may be.
Indeed, indeed.
But first, shall be last.
That'll be all in my dude. Ugh.
Today is Paul Vindication Day. Hasn't every day been that since fucking like this time last year?
Oh, that's right.
Pretty sure every day is Paul.
Feel vindicated?
Day. Or as I like to call it, let's come up with another excuse for why Paul was wrong about everything he was right about today.
I like that. I'm sorry, Suko.
It sucks, too, because people will stand right in your face. And you'll tell them, like, this is what's going to happen. This is what always happens. And they will come back later, admit that what's happening is happening, but somehow find a way that you either caused it or were wrong about it. Rather than going like, fuck, I got completely scammed again. Wow, my dumb ass was out here, like, none of that. There's no self-reflection.
Your nemesis.
Because it just goes away. Everything moves on. Like, well, the stand you took 6 months ago can be whatever you want it to be. Just get to whittling, boy.
Just get to it.
Make your fucking pro-Biden, pro-DNC stance look like a fucking act of rebellion. Chisel, chisel.
Gotta ratchet that further, right?
This fucking jokers, dude.
I mean, I love that this Democratic Party just being a mass fucking group of jokers and shit.
On the other hand,
Bunch of do-nothings, fucking, you know, sitting on their ass, hand-sitters, empty heads.
When I was the age of a lot of
old balls, no cojones.
20s, early 30s, whatever.
It's like, ugh.
I had a lot of fucking incorrect ideas about the way that this country ran, you know. And, yeah. I don't know if somebody like me coming along and going like, hey, this is what's going to happen, and then having it happen would have been enough to wake me up at that point. I probably would have done the same shit.
They aren't even pretending to do anything.
It's just annoying.
Yeah, they're like actively just not doing
I think
anything.
that really is what bothers me more than... Because, like, I don't really care whether people get on board. Like, I believe what I believe, and I understand the complexities of human psychology to the point where, like, I'm not wringing my hands over somebody not agreeing with me. But it's just like catching endless amounts of shit for it. And then being right.
If coffee was fucked up big time, we could have gotten one major reform, such as the universal pre-K as concession for passing the infrastructure bill. Yeah, but of course, honestly, it really kind of shows like how much the Progressive Caucus are just more radical corporatists. They just have, you know, a lot more pizzazz and flavor with themselves.
Am I still stupid today? Was I still wrong today?
The 30 years into zero concessions, exactly. We have fuck all the show for it. Decide vote blue no matter who, y'all, because vote for these corporatists and align ourselves with them. And being influenced by their head.
Radio silence or people going back through and trying to find a way that I was wrong for being right. Yeah. Raw, raw, Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen.
T-Bears and I'll be around.
Zoomies aren't all that optimistic. Optimism tends to be a common youthful trait in these generational things. And once again, let's not get too crazy with.
I feel like it's more like middle-aged, like libs and fucking like wine mom types and shit that seem to get excited. Like, oh my goodness, we're doing our part because we have nothing better to do in our lives.
And typically, those people, when they're young,
let me go do this vote thing, even though I pretty much probably have no actual fucking like, you know, investment into this. But hey, I'm Middle-aged white
They
mom.
really want to believe that all the power that they feel that comes with youth and coming into your own.
Hopefully forcibly, I'll progress destiny, refuse to vote for us minority leader. Yeah.
They want to believe the lie. The lie being.
I mean, hopefully it becomes so much to the point where she actually just gets voted out. That'd be nice.
Average people working together can really make huge fucking change in the way that the country is run and the way that the country functions. That's the lie that they're sold. And so they think, oh man, all this energy that we have and all this passion that we have, surely that's going to translate into something. Surely all these old people telling us like, oh fuck, you're just wasting your goddamn time. You fucking beating your face against a brick wall on that one, kid. No, you can't do it. Can't do it. And then eventually you just become, you go like, okay, it was right. But then you got a whole fucking crew of like youngsters coming up behind you.
Wealthy NIMBYs of San Francisco probably won't do it. We need a good primary challenger. Yeah.
It's the old rotating villain, yet again.
I mean, honestly, at this point, it's not even, whether there's a challenger or not isn't even really, worth it to me at this point. Or, well, not worth it. It's more so just like, not necessarily the biggest prize, right off the bat. Just getting her out is good. Because even if there's, like, doubt it, but somehow, like, some Republican that somehow gets there and shit, they're not going to last long at all. They'll be very quickly, as people get radicalized, even away from, the corporatist side of things.
Ruined everything. And not paying any attention to the fact.
I mean, honestly, it's not like Pelosi's doing probably, some of the bidding of the fucking right anyway.
Electoral cycle's excuse for the libs not getting anything done. This is this election cycle's excuse for just kind of holding everything in stasis for the next Republican presidency to come along.
I feel like that's what Democrats are there for now.
It's been this way forever.
A homeostasis until the next Republican administration can advance their agenda.
And maybe that's what it'll take. Maybe a lot of these people will just need to...
It's like, is it like a conservative psyop at this point?
But unfortunately, by that time, we're fucking 6 more electoral cycles down the road,
Super progressive should vote. Should refuse to vote for a debt limit military budget in response to bullshit, but no one says like Omar and Bush have a colonist. Yeah, they're just gonna do that anyway. Like when it comes to things like special like military budgets and shit like that, those just get passed through without any fucking objection hardly. Aside from Bernie. Like aside from like the usual suspects basically, I mean there ain't no fucking real like actual fight or resistance against this shit. Hardly.
Subgroups that people ally themselves with. It's all optimism. It's all like, oh, if we believe hard enough, we could change the world. It's the Care Bears, bro.
It's the Care Bears, bro.
It really is. It's the Care Bears.
What else do we got? If we just care and really just push ourselves harder and really just pressure them, we could do it, yo.
I mean, I feel like those people could have a lot outside of that. That's the frustrating thing to me. Like people actually do have the power to affect very, significant change, especially in their local areas. If people would eschew this national, state level politics shit and just focus themselves on mutual aid and charity and mutual support in their communities. Think about what would happen if 30-40% of the people that were all gung-ho for voting, instead of doing it this year, instead of spending all their time and fucking engaging the acrimony of Twitter.
This I absolutely agree with.
Time fucking volunteering at a food bank or reading a book, you know, that informed them a little bit more as a political entity or a philosophical entity. Or just imagine, like, that's the fucked up thing about it, is that there are things that I genuinely believe that people could do to affect a long-term positivity, at least when it comes to being a fucking human being.
True. Oops.
And people seem very uninterested in that. That's one of the...
I mean, that's kind of the one of the main problems of tribalism, is it not? It finds reputation as a decent deal maker hung in a balance. Oh, what? Who thinks Biden has a reputation as a decent deal maker? The Pope? I mean, seriously, like who? Nobody. He's not a fucking deal maker and shit. He's just like, oh my god, that's like a really stupid fucking idea to think.
Things about the electoral process and voting in America is that the
really fight hard for just it. Yeah.
The owner class, whatever you want to call them.
Like, just pick like 1 to 3 issues and just stick to those and nothing else.
But it's
and
also
just stick to it.
It's real easy.
Preferably like no more than 2.
A ton of time commitment. You know, the actual...
Because then it'll actually kind of force their hand a little bit.
The rubber to the road is over in 5-10 minutes. You know what I mean? That's exactly what they want. Spend most of the cycle arguing about it, and then when it comes time to actually do something about all of your grievances, go down and vote for one of their hand-picked oligarchs.
What a democratic process that we have there. Where it's like, hey, you know, let's fucking... let's just, you know, like, yeah, we have a lot of grievances and a lot of problems. We understand that, but, you know, just keep voting for us. You know, we'll fix that.
But oh well. What are you going to do about it?
Scotty Kilmer rules. Who?
I mean, that's a lot of the reasons why, you know, we've...
I picked something with a chance of getting nothing. I picked one of Universal Pre-K, Universal Pay Family, price controls on drug, every college, etc., and fight hard for
outright avoiding it. It's just, I really have nothing to say that hasn't been said 20 times by me. You know what I mean? The material conditions of politics are not changing day to day. You know what I mean? As much as you would like to believe that,
no, thank you. I'm good.
Everything like it's some kind of earth-shaking fucking event. My position remains the same as it was last year and the year before that, and the year before that, and I've said it all. So really don't, you know, even tonight our little dip into it is just shit I've said before. It's me once again lamenting about the fucking slings and arrows of being fucking correct, politically speaking.
Honestly, especially why I just avoid electoralism now at this point. I mean, the biggest thing really, especially, is like, you know, at this point, it's just primarily like community building based type of shit. You know, get more localized. I mean, you know, one element about like, you know, labor especially is doing that, where it's like, you know, workers come together and fucking, you know, look out for each other, basically. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of it, so, I mean, that's just one element to it. I mean, hence, you know, at least getting some form of, like, you know, stability on that front can help, you know, further enforce, you know, the communities that these people live in, because they have stability. Spooner, who knows what's supposed by turning on it. Are you like being a sponsor?
Plum foolery.
Biggest thing is state local electoralism. We've got more passing over in the last 5 years than the Feds over the last 30.
People don't.
I mean, when I say electoralism, I'm meaning like national shit.
Feeling uncomfortable.
Like state/local things. Like I'm kind of excluding that.
Punished respectively 100%.
I mean, within reason. If it's like the same corporate schlock, then I won't fucking bother with them. But
so many people don't realize what pageantry politics is. turn into the Joker.
I'm the
Most
Joker,
Americans are not
baby.
cool enough to turn into the Joker, dude.
We're not cool enough to be the Joker, baby.
Nor are they crazy enough. And so, you know, you got... Most Americans are just kind of very vanilla milquetoast people. And
I agree, fuck the feds. Yeah, fuck the feds. Anarchy, baby.
The popular culture and not rebel against it. They've chosen to defend the status quo and not be agents.
Voting straight third party in federal elections.
And as a result,
I'm just voting no confidence. That's what I'd advocate for. Vote no confidence when it comes to Fed.
Of what they've chosen to be, are very easily
no confidence in the Fed
like
at this point.
Rats following the Pied Piper out of town. You know what I mean? They're very easily.
For cheap only $500. Yeah, maybe for you.
I don't know. Convinced.
Around here probably won't be as much.
Personality.
Probably be a little bit more or less, give or take. Chances are more.
Very easily swayed by.
Like Nevada does. Well, that's why you just write it in on the write-in side of it.
Easier for them.
Like when it's like write-in, you know, just be like, well, no confidence. Fuck you. That's my write-in candidate right there, you know.
Just vote for the Democrats. Yeah, that'll work. Cause that's worked so well in the past.
Got keep on voting for the Democrat or the Republicans.
And you actually got to argue against.
There's enough for $500 in Portland. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe for you, but
like I read this book and Noam Chomsky said this and blah 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 blah.
Like ours aren't monolithic. Like
the one piece of information that they won't look at is history, like especially recent history. Because if recent history is playing out this way, then holy shit, that's a really easy thing to look at and go like, fuck, we're fucking doomed. But people won't look at it.
Juice says needs $800 if you want to fix a lot of issues. And those issues also are not fucking like, oh, you know, just a toolbox, you know, we'll fix it. Like, you actually have to, like, get parts and fucking actually put a lot more money into it to where you're actually probably putting more, like, 15 grand into it instead of buying it for 800.
Well, yeah. Not only that, there's nothing really, like, I don't look down on him for that. Here's why I hate Noam Chomsky.
Oh boy.
Because he is, among other things, he's an anarcho-syndicalist, but he's also an electoralist.
I like that about Noam. He is an anarcho-syndy.
Tiny little pea-brain Democrat voters who once every couple of years all of a sudden start caring about what Noam Chomsky has to say. You won't hear them quote him on any fucking thing else.
Especially when it comes to syndicalism or labor. You'll never hear these electoralists, blue dog, you know, vote blue no matter who type of Dems, you know, fucking go out of their way to, you know, talk to him about that shit.
You never hear him say
just electoralism.
Noam Chomsky until it's election time. When it comes time to trot out their...
Unfortunately, that's the problem about Chomsky for me, too. He's an electoralist.
Chomsky becomes useful,
he's also part of the vote paradigm.
Just watch. Just watch. When these fucking midterms start really ramping up, you're gonna see people quoting Noam Chomsky again. People that have never mentioned his fucking name in the last 2 years, all of a sudden gonna care about Noam Chomsky again. I like Noam Chomsky. I think he's a smart guy. I think he's got a lot of good ideas. I don't agree with him on everything. Electoralism is one of the things that I disagree with him on. Right. Right, the union is the government. One big union.
Based.
Electoralism has failed. Labor direct action is what we need now, yes. Or a combination of both. Labor and direct action, and then elevation of people who are within that labor movement, higher positions
no, who's scam to dishonest blame let same blue matter who people constantly vote for moderate Republicans like Charlie Baker and vote Trump. Yeah, exactly.
People's Party or a Workers' Party or a Labor Party or something.
Which is why it's just fucking dishonest fucking framing and bullshit. Which fundamentally is why the whole, like, third way, you know, party idea is something that needs to happen.
We need to make something that's direct and better and moves those people enough to go like, yes, this is the direction.
Yeah.
We need to have the right fucking position on the climate. That brings the Greens over. Have the right position on labor. That brings a lot of Republicans over.
And especially people on the left.
Then what? You know what I mean? Then you go forward and you actually provide a people's challenge.
Orange Man bad, but we actually agree with him on policy because we're economic fucking corporate stuff suit shitheads. That are totally okay with, you know, his overall, you know, administration as long as he's not being mean.
So, Paul, our union UFCW 555 did a strike and settled with Kroger within 48 hours, hoping our union gets to doing this force safely forever. Cool. Neat. Yeah, congratulations. It feels good, right? Exercising a little bit of actual fucking power to change your position.
That's true.
How long do you think you
It took about 48 hours, about. It started, Thursday, went through for Friday, then it ended on Saturday. Around like 4 a.m., I think. So about 48 hours.
As if you would have just voted for them.
Kroger got scared, and also around that same time, our fucking, a random corporate higher-up also was making some rounds, too, at our store during the strikes and shit, and we're giving, like, these little $5 little free bonus things or some shit. It's, like, nice. I mean, fuck you, because it's only $5, like, give me more, bitch, but, you know, but it's like, hey, I mean, you know, whatever, it's something.
At the polls. You know what I mean? You did 48 hours. You and your fucking coworkers walked out and got what you wanted. Or at least moved towards what you wanted. Congratulations. You did something.
Well, it wasn't me, but I did give my solidarity.
UCFW, United...
Food and Commercial Workers.
Is it a farm union?
No.
Culinary and food workers?
It's like warehouse, retail, commercial,
culinary, food
services. It's kind of a big union in a sense of where it like encompasses industry-wise.
What's the power of the working person tonight? You got United Food and Commercial Workers. Okay. Interesting. Sorry. Get it. Ultimate Fighting Champion Worker, yeah.
Oh man, I wish UFCW really actually meant that. Ultimate Fighting Champion Workers Union. That'd be a based fucking name.
I've seen some of the crazy shit that's happening to Kellogg products.
Oh, I've heard of some shit actually. That's one of the things I want to mention. Is like, dude, some of these Kellogg products and shit have been straight up
People
like,
are finding like flakes of plastic.
yeah, like flakes of plastics, like random little fucking metal bits and shit.
It's scab labor.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I love about fucking, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, what you're doing is unskilled labor, anyone can do it. It's like, yeah, well, do it then, fuck. Because, honestly, it's like, fundamentally, all labor is skilled labor, because you actually have to have skills to, you know, not necessarily educate, just skill to fucking, you know, do shit, you know, of that particular job. Like, you still need, at least, like, there's skills, you know, specifically, you know, for a job that you're going to be doing, you know, that you need to, you know about and be knowledge on. So it's just like, no matter what, you know, whatever fucking work you're doing, shit, you're gonna have that. You know, so, I mean, especially when it comes to, like, manufacturing things at, like, Kellogg's and shit, like, scab labor ain't gonna fucking cut it. Like, you actually need, like, you know, skilled, experience, like, workers on that fucking front.
In order to not get that shit, you have to have, like, trained people that know what they're doing on the machines, and Kellogg has brought in scab labor.
And now all these different products are having, like, weird shit in it. Tacos is ransacked. Tacos? Damn, dude.
It's a mess.
Wait, someone climbed the Morrison Bridge? Huh, nice.
Reflecting on the, I consider to be the biggest obstacle of the unionization.
I like how one of the first comments I see is, someone is really fucking stupid, and then, geez, what a cold, wet night for that already insane thing.
How do you get around this line of thinking? mean, it's a great question. Like, this idea that people think, like, oh, if you don't like where you work, then just move. I guess you have to introduce people to what, because a lot of the people that would say things like that are people that also love some sort of idea of freedom. A lot of the conservatives are really hell-bent on the idea of freedom, and I think that that's kind of like the inroad with them. I wouldn't use the same type of argumentation where I'm talking to a bunch of like northern liberals, but you know, trying to couch that you know, you're not arguing to destroy a company, you're not arguing for more money that you don't deserve, you're arguing for the freedom to raise your family correctly, to have the money and resources that you need in exchange for your hard work to get by on. That's it. No union is like out there arguing that everybody should be a fucking millionaire.
I mean, I don't think anyone's fundamentally wanting to argue that necessarily. But, I mean, especially when it comes to the whole, like, well, if you don't like a job, why don't you just get another one or whatever the fuck? It's just like, well, because it's not about that. It's not about just finding another one. It's more about, you know, how to, like, you know, not just, you know, raise and take care of myself properly and shit, you know, but also, you know, potential family and shit, or just, like, actually having, you know, a more productive, more healthier, you know, balanced life, you know, when it comes to that type of shit. I mean, that's, you know, why, mainly.
Making sure that you're properly taken care of for the huge amount of your life that you spend in
it. Sure. I mean, I'm not against that. Like, I think, you know, everyone has a right to, you know, and should be able to, you know, live in at least, you know, some form of, like, comfortable, you know, luxury to one way or another. And at least, you know, especially what they consider, like, you know, luxury for them. You know, so it's just like, I mean, that's also kind of fundamentally, you know, part of that too, where it's like, I mean, I ain't necessarily trying to be like, I want to live in like some luxurious, you know, shit, but at least, you know, what I would consider at least, you know, luxurious enough to where I can just live comfortable and have, you know, things that I would like and I would want, and I would consider kind of like, you know, trinkets and shit like that are kind of like, you know, spending mementos or shit like that, you know, it's just like, I mean, it doesn't have to be like, you know, some aristocratic, rich elitist baron that has a monocle. It's just like, it doesn't need to be that shit.
Conditions, you raise the living standard of your family and everybody else in your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's power of the union, when done properly. Takeo's back door broken down, entire place vandalized. Damn, that sucks.
It's disruptive, and you know, painting that to somebody, it's showing somebody like the downsides of being in a non-union shop versus being in a union shop. It's something you have to actually show them. You've got to get people that labor in their same, like, industry, and you've got to have people go like, there's no way I'd let them destroy my union. My union got us this, my union got us that. You guys are crazy for not doing that. They need to hear, like, a lot of people need to hear that. And I don't blame them.
Absolutely. Like, honestly, one absolutely, like, thankful thing that, you know, I'm glad that my first job, you know, is that it's union and shit, and it still got it. So it's like, honestly, especially when it comes to, you know, jobs in the future, you know, if it's like one where there's been like attempts to, you know, unionization in the past and shit, and, you know, people, you know, thought about it, but, you know, haven't really tried in a while or some shit, and I happen to be there, it's just like, yeah, I mean, I'm letting them know, it's like, yeah, here's, you know, how it actually is beneficial, here's what it's, you know, done for me when I've, you know, been under one, working with one.
Want to hear from somebody who's in a position that's, you know, similar to yours. So it makes it hard for a guy like me to reach a lot of people like that, because it's, you know,
though makes it easier for me
working in a factory or at a, you know, a car lot or a fucking 7-Eleven or whatever.
So now massive corporations are buying up trailer parks and kicking out the residents.
You know,
wow.
What I have to say is a little, I don't know, less impactful.
I think I heard about shit like this happening in, like, Georgia or some shit. And this is in Michigan. And these are like people and shit that already own their fucking properties and shit.
Yeah, that is true. It's another angle.
Exactly, does capitalist class want working poor to live? These dumbasses, land right advocates are unironically going to force major changes to car rights when enough shitlibs get pissed off about the huge homeless population. Oh, absolutely.
That's what they do. That's part of why.
And of course, none of the actual shitlibs are going to do anything for, you know, actual public housing initiatives. And I found out that the old Kellogg bowling alley and shit's getting torn down to become a bunch of fucking gentrified, you know, high rent fucking condo apartments and shit.
Inside the free market and the ability to market your own labor, what holes would you poke in that argument in the free market?
Yeah, there hasn't been protests in a while.
Once again, like, I'm not an economist. I really don't believe most people are. I really don't believe that most people really care about
battling new housing.
I don't.
It's gentrified, like high rent.
Of the free and open marketplace and what it actually means.
Like it's not going to be affordable.
The goods. But you know, I would just explain them this. All right. We've got a free and open labor market.
Especially when you have massive corporations buying up these real estate properties.
I'm willing to work for $1 less than you, so you're fired.
No, this bill doesn't matter. Not really. I mean, yeah, if you know people can't afford it, they can't get the fucking home.
Came in and they're willing to work for $1.50.
And they can't get, you know, a roof over their head.
Everybody in every fucking industry drives wages.
Like, just put more units out doesn't necessarily solve the problem.
You support your family on $2 less an hour, or $3? Because there's some young people out there that don't have families that are willing to work for that. You want to give up your job to them? Well, I mean, yeah, but try the whole no market is truly free thing. You can't. That's why I said, like, trying to take this tact with
free market. It totally exists.
That's the way to do it. Most people don't even understand the fundamental ideas. I don't.
So housing is for people who can't afford. Well, that needs to actually become like a fucking law. And there needs to actually be, you know, initiatives, you know, to be pushing and enforcing these things.
It means you have the right to be fired without cause for whatever reason.
Yeah, so that's just right to work laws, just in a nutshell. On top of just being, you know, pro-anti-union fucking legislation and fucking union busting legislation. I mean, that's just all it was fundamentally. It's just, you know, put one extra nail on the fucking coffin. Force corporate solar rent to get tenants. Well, hey Zukov, at least that'd be one way to, you know, kind of, you know, do some price controls.
Froggy friends.
Because at the very least there needs to be fucking, you know, some price controls on rent. Like there's various different fucking modern European nations that have done it before and are able to figure it out.
Just like slipped it to you. Most people do. It's just not you being stupid. It's just you not, like, most people don't know a fucking thing about the history of the labor movement. Most people don't know about unions. Yeah. Most people don't understand what unions used to provide laborers in this country and what they could provide laborers in this country.
Yeah, then that's the fucking truth.
You have your bosses fucking telling you, like, hey, you're gonna make less.
I can't raise more than 9% of your statewide issues that there aren't enough units. Wow.
It's union busting 101.
They just need to make them actually affordable. And not be, you know, sucked up by these mass corporate real estate firms and shit.
The easiest form of tyranny is usually entail the words liberty, freedom, democracy without telling you what those things should actually mean. Yeah. It's always told unions are basically the mob, and that's probably true. There was a lot of.
I mean, that's actually true. I mean, there is a sad about true.
Like, it was kind of an any port in a storm situation for the labor movement for a long time, because
Oh, absolutely.
The government being more and more wholly
Government was totally against the fucking unions and the labor movement and shit for pretty much like from the get-go.
And shit to operate.
Corporations have always, you know, will fervently be against it no matter what.
Against them, and they needed to have access to capital and shit that, you know, the mob could fucking provide in order to fight that. It corrupted a lot of union officials. A lot of union officials ended up working against their unions. It's like anything run by a human being is not going to be a perfect system. So the idea behind keeping unions from devolving to that level is solidarity. The union membership does not allow the union leadership to devolve to that level. If they do, they replace them.
Took off. What are you getting into? Hey, what is this? What are you... Hey, what are you... No. What are you getting into? Hey!
Yeah. Dues or...
No.
You got no choice.
No.
If you get to a level where you think you're like being pushed beyond your limits, you've got no choice but to quit your job. Or just keep breaking your back.
Damn fool. We need about initiative for public housing, bro. Yeah, no, yeah. Honestly, that was kind of the thing I was about to say until Zukov was doing naughty.
That's part of it, and that wasn't even like codified in the union. That just happened because all these people knew each other so personally and worked so hard to lift each other up and to make sure that everybody benefited from everybody's labor. If there was a tragedy in a family, dude, that whole fucking union.
I mean, hell, that's even kind of like, you know, now to some extent with some of my work. At least some of my coworkers, at least.
Whatever it was, you know.
Like in, at least, you know, within reason and shit, you know, always try to, you know, look out for each other, hook each other up and shit. Or I do it all the time for who you all work at, you know, where I work with. Hell, you know, my ex-coworker, my roommate right now is one of them. Currently. So.
The unions had their own meetings and shit. I'm telling you, dude, if somebody from corporate showed up to one of those, they got their asses beat. It just wasn't that way. Unions met off-site. And that was part of what the dues went to. They had to rent a little rental hall.
Yeah, dude, you left that a while ago.
Union meetings. You know, and they found one that was...
You left that like over a month ago now.
...place in the world, but it fit the union. And for the holidays and shit, they would throw these union get-togethers and parties and stuff, rent out a big hall and throw a big union dash, and everybody in the fucking union, everybody. It was a real sense of genuine community. That's another positive to union membership. It's like it takes you from this like faceless person who everybody else is just not like, you know, fuck you. I got my shit to do. And it turns you into an actual human being with the people that are there.
Wish our union would actually do shit like that, where it's like, hey, you know, we'll have like little union bashes, where it's like, you know, we'll be at like this little hall where we have a bunch of like pizzas or some shit, a couple beers or whatever the fuck, hanging out, chilling.
For like half a year. They didn't lose their jobs.
I mean, there would be a lot more sense of camaraderie with that, more sense of solidarity.
Wait for them when they came back to work. So. And all that whole work family helped take care of us kids. Yeah, they'd bring over food. They would watch us on, you know, times when my parents had to go to doctor's appointments or had to sleep or whatever. You know, they just a group of those people got together and helped raise us while our parents were all busted up. You know, that's pretty cool.
Don't really see that too often when it comes to like workplaces anymore.
That was just part of it because there was
pretty rare now, unfortunately.
Sense of solidarity because that's what the union really pushed. My dad was, for all his flaws, a really great union president as well. He understood that psychology of people, and he understood that people needed those things, and so he fought really hard to make sure that they kept the picnics and the fucking get-togethers, even if there was rancor. A lot of times there was rancor in the union, and my dad was always very much like, you know, we set aside this shit and get together on Christmas. And it's going to be workers getting together on Christmas. It's not going to be, we're not going to have this rancor and this fighting and shit. We're going to get together on Christmas and we're going to remember that we're all in this together. And it really worked.
I mean, that shit definitely does work.
Well, one of the things that's missing from the fucking corporate parties that wasn't missing from the union parties is beer.
Like every now and then, like there'll be like a little mini party thing where like half of the workers, you know, will, you know, during the day will go in there and just kind of chill for like 30 minutes, and then the other half will go in there and chill and fucking, you know, have food and shit. But that's the problem with them. It was never like, you know, a beer you can have and just chill with or whatever the fuck. It's just like, come on, can't let us just have one. For these rare, exceptional occasions, like, come on. Let us have the option. It's like seeing my coworkers that's at work and never go to office parties. I mean, the ones I've been to aren't necessarily like office parties and shit, but also like it's I guess a different workplace in comparison to what you got going on with.
The socializing part of it. Union meetings were very much like that. There was an informal and a formal part.
So, work at the office? Well, yeah.
Union meetings were partially just for people, you know, at the beginning.
But it's not like, you know, again, I mean, different workplaces too. So a lot of these little mini parties and shit would basically just be, you know, at the store. So they'd all be out in the break room.
Very functional, but also very family friend oriented. People were like outside of.
Yeah, a lot of my coworkers are just weird because night shift attracts interesting folks. So that is true. Yeah, night shifts tend to have some interesting characters. That's for sure.
My parents were in a couple of different clubs. The one that I remember best was the 4-wheel drive club. So they were in a club that was basically made up of people that were.
Look, he's such a pretty cool about his tech job. Damn, so he's like hella working, hella busting his ass.
Organization that was centered around having a 4-wheel drive Jeep or truck and taking it out into the wilderness and doing crazy shit with it. You know what I mean? And everybody that worked at that factory had enough expendable income that they could afford to pay dues not only to the union, but to their fucking bass club and their fishing club and their fucking 4-wheel drive club and their... Right. If they did, they got enough time off to recoup from it. They had time, my parents had enough time to take us on vacation, like I said, 4 or 5 times a year, not like for weeks. But 4 or 5 times a year we'd get away for 2-3 days. Go to the beach, you know, and one time a year, maybe for a week, we go. My parents were able to do all that shit. They have to.
I mean, hell, even in like non-union fucking working class, like upbringings and shit, it would be like this type of shit where you can go on fucking vacations, go to the beach, camping trips.
You know, there were a lot of those like little
shit like that.
Were outside.
It's also way too honest. Instead of calling sick, you message saying they wasn't coming in because somehow he ended up in Seattle. Wow. You could have just said, you know, calling in sick instead.
And the local chapter that I was in was made up of 90.
You don't want to necessarily be that honest.
From the factory and their kids. So not only like was that a big deal, like fraternizing with other workers, but having your kids fraternize with other workers' kids. I knew I had so many funny little friends and shit that I knew. My birthday parties were always jumping because they were a union event. My parents would invite every union member out there.
When you're so union that your birthday parties, you know, are just pretty much like all the, it's like union kids and shit. Dude, that's cool.
Birthday parties, and all the kids that were in the union, I'd go to theirs, and there'd be 80 kids at their fucking birthday. It was just crazy. You know, birthday parties. mean,
you know, worked to produce science. Funny part,
like,
you got off of work,
so
made a
cool
3-hour
that,
drive to Seattle, probably forgot it was Saturday or shift
people
works.
show up at I don't know,
Wow.
80 kids, but you get the drift. There was a lot of kids.
He's probably thinking, no, I'll just have a little, you know, do my weekend out here, and then realize, oh wait, it's not my weekend yet.
Like I had a great big old giant extended family. That's really what it was. And that's another benefit that you can't explain that to people that have never had that. You know what I mean? You can't, except for to just tell them how it was. But, you know, as a kid especially, having that many people that I knew, like, were looking
And again, when open for self-checkout closest, fuck the long-ass line. Oh, dude, yeah, those lines are horrible.
Having that many little friends and stuff.
Yeah, those lines can be really bad.
To go do. And my childhood rocked in comparison to a lot of people's. My childhood was just filled with cool shit. I had its problems. I had my tragedies in childhood. I think everybody does. But
hey, little baby.
Fuck, man. Yeah,
Look
man.
at you.
Yeah, I was given a lot of opportunity to do a lot of really cool shit. You know.
Oh.
And my parents had the money and time to do that.
Are they lives cancellation on? I haven't seen this. I haven't seen it this year. There's a shortage of it, apparently. It was here for a little bit, but now it's been gone, like, for a while. I've seen it for a little bit, but then, yeah, for like a few weeks now, it's been gone. So, maybe I can find something about it.
Yeah. I was already broken. And, you know, they had health care plans that covered a certain extent of their injuries, and normally, if that had been like a fucking Kellogg's truck that we hit, they probably would have been multi-millionaires. They would have sued the ever-loving...
Wow, there's... I found an article about where's the eggnog supply chain issue impacts all they drink.
Because they hit a fucking army.
At least one producer.
Sue the government. You can, but you lose.
Full of interest sell eggnog in July. Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
Destroyed my family.
Supply issue with butterfat. The fatty portion of milk is the key ingredient to eggnogs, keeping Organic Valley from putting its eggnog on store shelves this holiday season.
Destroyed everything. It literally took away the house, took away the land, took away
So it seems like it's butterfat.
the car, took away everything. We went, you know, and it's not like I'm complaining because I still have a roof over my head, but we went from people that lived like what I would call like wealthy lives now. You know, not like opulent, rich person lives, but definitely like fucking wealthy. Anybody that's got like a 4-wheel drive for fun has money, you know what I mean? We went from that to people that drove a fucking Ford Taurus around, and, you know what I mean? I lived in a fucking trailer for a year, and apartments and shit. It was, you know... Film recommendation, The Fool, a Russian movie about a guy who learns a high-rise with 800 people will collapse at any second, critiques corruption. Alright, cool, thank you.
U.S. is also, which can make butter, cheese, cream more expensive in 2022, because it's also mostly comprised of butterfat.
Class above middle class.
Wow. So different foods like cheese, butter, and creams are going to get more expensive.
You know, the owner class, the billionaire
because of the shortage of butterfat.
Class, and then there used to be, you know, the
So, wow. Yay.
wealthy class that were just below them, that weren't captains of industry but had lots of money, small business owners and the like, and then there was the working class.
Because we found out about it.
And that was, you know, if you were in there, you had enough money to have a family. You could raise kids, you could have a house, you could have expendable income, you could take your kids on vacations and do crazy shit, put them in programs.
Yeah, if only the working class existed still.
It had to be skilled labor, but not educated labor. Everybody that worked at that factory was heavily trained in what they did. But yeah, you know, it wasn't. A lot of the people that went there weren't even, or that worked there. My mom wasn't a high school graduate. A lot of people weren't. and she made enough money to finance that kind of life.
What are you doing?
So you start to get an idea what's been stolen from people when you look at my childhood alone. And I was just one kid that grew up under those circumstances. Every one of those kids that I mentioned that came to my birthday party would have similar stories. Their parents might not have managed their money as good as my parents did. They might have had slightly similar or dissimilar childhoods, of course. But when it comes to them being in, I know they were in shit because they were all in it with me. I saw them all the time. Yeah, well, and less things to for them to do. I what to think about this shit.
It kind of makes me remind me about some of my upbringing shit. It's at least in some parts it wasn't necessarily too much different. At least in certain circumstances.
A year, after school activities, all kinds of shit. So that was one thing.
But it was mostly just primarily due to fucking, the fact that, my dad worked for the city, and plus my mom had her own business going on. Which neither were necessarily, unionized fucking work. But nonetheless, working class, and at least, small business owner for, middle class with my mom. Doing shit like that pretty frequently. That was shit I was doing growing up a lot and often. But hardly anymore.
Let me know.
At least growing up.
I don't have what it takes to be a fucking farmer. You know what I mean? I really was interested. I wanted to be in it when I was a kid. I thought farm animals were really cool, and I thought farming was cool. I grew up around a lot of farms and shit, so it only made sense. And my parents had the money to indulge me in that. They put me in that shit. And I got to do 4-H for a couple of years and realized, you know what, this ain't for me.
It ain't for me, Jack. I could see myself kind of be down in, in farming shit, but honestly, it would probably be a little bit more specialized. I probably wouldn't be, going, to doing the whole slaughterhouse shit. I mean, fuck that.
But basically, it was a program where,
you're one of those more free range, type places.
Kids got to go with some zookeepers and help clean up the cages a little bit, and got to, pet and handle and be really close with some of the animals. Hand feed the ones that were safe to feed, and pet some of them. They bring some of the reptiles out. They would,
wonder if our zoo's ever done that.
Be around the animals in a
pretty cool.
If you just went to the zoo, you did. And
wish I could do shit like that.
So one of my
Look, what was that for me growing up?
The first time I realized how much my parents were to put me in those types of things. I guess I was just old enough to start to get a concept of how much they were sacrificing to put me in there. Because my mom, they worked rotating shifts. And so in order for me to do that, my mom had to work graveyard, which would start at 10 o'clock at night and go through till 7 in the morning. And then come home, get us up, drive us all the way into Fresno, sit there while we got to play around at the zoo for an hour or two, and then drive us all the way home. And I remember one day, my mom asked me, she said, "Peaches, I need your help." I was sitting up front, my little sister was in the back in a child seat still. Said, "You have to keep me awake." She said, you need to watch me, and if you see me start to fall asleep, you need to poke me.
Jesus.
And I had to do that all the way home because she was so fucking exhausted that she was literally
just going to sleep to the fucking wheel, man.
Out because she, you know what I mean?
That's just pretty much one of the definitions of just working yourself to death. I mean, fuck. That shit is some rough shit.
Killing it for me.
Quite literally.
Working so hard, and that's the thing, is these people, I'm not trying to make it out like it was some kind of fucking kickback utopia. These people worked hard.
Took off.
None of those jobs at that factory were easy jobs.
Baby.
They busted their asses, they busted up their bodies and shit. Dude, my Aunt Barbara is paraplegic. Or not, sorry, my Aunt Nellie is a paraplegic from working there. She was a forklift operator.
Hey, no.
And a bunch of wares.
No, stand up. Stand up.
Stack in the warehouse fell
or
on
that.
her forklift and knocked it over and broke
or jump.
So she lost her mobility and most of her life to that job. people were getting injured like that all the time. It was a dangerous, hazardous, hard job. And that was another reason why people banded together. So
jeez, that's just a fucking, like, glass molder's factory. I mean, there's a lot of fucking jobs that are pretty dangerous and shit that people probably don't think about.
And they were. Back when I was a kid, they were. But union structure is weakened to the point where I know they still have a nominally union out there, but the people that work out there are transient, come and go. College kids work out there a lot because people don't make enough money to support a family.
Or maybe necessarily even themselves at that point. I mean, because how can you? Especially with, wages these days, like, how can anyone fucking, like, afford to, sustain themselves, let alone a fucking family, especially with shit like that. When they're so transient and easy to exploit. Just make the, like, wages in a, product of fucking labor and shit just cheap.
Yeah. There's still a lot
it's just too easy to exploit for these companies,
like
shit.
That. And they don't have the benefit of union protection. So. Yep. Well, you have the national union structure backing you. It's a little easier to get it done. If you need one, you don't. If you're unionized, if somebody in the union gets hurt, they just get it.
You made a mess of coffee. Jeez Louise.
You really made a mess, bro. You're just eating.
Yeah.
Dude. Maybe I put a little too much food in this bowl for you.
Yeah.
Hey. Hey, buddy.
And that's that. I feel like I've given this talk a billion times. I really don't have endless anecdotes about it. And maybe that's, a failing. Maybe I need to come up with other ways of talking about it. But, that's what interests me politically. I don't give a fuck who's in power anymore. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck about a Republican. I don't give a fuck about a Democrat. I give a fuck about communities organizing themselves, laborers organizing themselves, and taking care of one another, because I've seen the power of that. I've seen it work. I've seen it.
And it does work.
I've seen what it avails people of.
I mean, it's brought more prosperity into these, like, different communities and, local areas and people's lives and shit in comparison to, like, some hopeful long-term fucking, potentiality that may or may not come to fruition just because, you do, like, a 10-minute little check on a box a bunch of times. Put in a little ballot called good. Hey, God.
And I told everybody that that's exactly what would happen. We have to vote for Biden.
No, down.
Even though he's a piece of shit, he has promised to do this, and this. And I told people
he promises out.
Cancel student debt. He's not going to give you health care.
Well, hey, Jack, he promised it though.
These were all excuses.
That's good enough. He promised it, right?
He's done none of those things. He's actually fucking either expanded on or just continued Trump's policies on most of those things. Immigration, that was another thing. Oh my God, the fucking camps and shit. We have to put an end to that. We have a moral obligation to put an end to that, dude. Joe Biden built those fucking camps. It was on his watch that those camps were first filled with children. And they thought he was going to empty them. No, he just filled them up more. And then we started talking about them differently. They were not concentration camps anymore. They were rehoming facilities or temporary housing facilities or whatever the fuck. I watched it fucking happen in front of my face. And there are still people that are in denial about it.
That's what I love about the whole Biden administration is so much of it has essentially been operating, you know, a lot like, you know, the fucking Trump's administration and shit. And yet, you know, all we've done is just, you know, change the rhetoric of how we've talked about it and like how we fucking, you know, go about, you know, reacting to it. Even though it's essentially the same shit.
How easy it is to vote. Oh yeah, I'll vote. You know, you shouldn't spend much time. But make no bones about it, dude. People spend fucking hours of their lives arguing, rancorously. Yep. Came out of pocket for these fucking candidates and shit. Bunch of people donated to Bernie, got burned. They felt the real burn, as all that got
like the actual burn, unfortunately.
Right in Biden's pocket, right in Kamala Harris's pocket. Give me a fucking.
And before that, Hillary's pocket and the DNC.
And there are just people
both times with that.
That investment of energy has to pay off, so they have to be right. So as everything crumbles around them, they have to make excuses for why that's still better than, you know what I mean. No, we're about like they're all the alarm bells are ringing that this fucking holiday season is gonna herald a fucking new outbreak, and there's gonna be.
I mean, especially if it's Omicron variant, like not a lot of people take it that much seriously and shit. At least people who are like been vaccinated, from the people I know about and shit. But it's just like, I mean, that isn't necessarily the fucking point.
In the midst of a
I mean, the Omicron can, you know, mutate into something different and, you know, be like a little bit of a worse combination and a different mutation. Like, that ends up being more of a broader point. On top of the fact that, you know, it can still spread to people and shit, and to people who are autoimmune prone and who are, you know, likely to get not just, you know, sick but hospitalized even. It's like, so rather not take that chance to spread it.
Mandate for a fucking whole ass year.
It's pretty simple.
A whole year where he could have started this fucking mandate process and just fucking sat on his heels and slowly but surely started doing it for federal workers. Now that's in flux. You can't even really get the army fully vaccinated. It's just a fucking
yeah, not even the military is, even though they're like supposedly supposed to be mandated vaccine for service.
Has been a good reason to have voted for him as a fucking lunatic, bro. It's been ass backwards, fucking double speak and bullshit from the very jump. Yeah. Trump literally sent out bigger checks to people during the pandemic than Biden did.
Unironically, he actually did. It's like Biden could have easily done like another round of checks by this point, but no.
So, once again, I've become, like, I to be honest with you, I have been for a long time horribly disinterested in partisan politics. And I feel like I get dragged into it because my disinterest is matched 1,000-fold by everyone else's interest in it, especially in our community and shit. Fuck, man, it's draining.
I mean, honestly, it's just like, it's more so just a lack, at least to me, it's just a lack of interest in it, you know, federally, aside from just pointing out why it's such a fucking boondoggle and why, you know, disavowing it, you know, is actually, you know, to me at least, you know, probably a better thing. Because, really, like, at the end of the day, nothing really has fundamentally changed, as even Biden quoted that, you know, during the fucking campaigns, before he was even elected. And, like, yeah, like, this whole, like, this homeostasis of this entire fucking paradigm, for not just even, you know, last year, but, you know, just even during, like, the weird amoebic fucking fever dream of Trump, and, you know, like, you know, with Obama too. It's just like, it's just been a consistent, slow, degradative process, you know, aside from the fever dream. That was a little more extraordinary, but Just putting the brakes on it and not actually doing anything, it's not an addressal, it's just a continuation of the same fucking shit and getting in the way.
Left me in a position where there's a lot of people that, like, in order to be right, they gotta hate my guts. And it's like, well,
I mean, honestly, that's why those, the DNC and the fucking Dems and the Republicans and GOP too just need to be weakened.
That's the way it goes, I suppose.
By just, getting people less disinterested in their shit. Because they're not out there in your best interest. Never will.
I need to slip on my slippers.
Get a portable heater. Supposedly it's supposed to be snowing again tonight. Which I kind of doubt it, but maybe. Maybe. It may be snowing. Hopefully, though. I'm not gonna lie. I was actually checking the weather forecast and noticed that it's at least looks like guaranteed snow for Christmas and onward for the next couple days. So it's just like, oh shit, Christmas and Christmas weekend gonna have some snow. Fuck yeah, love that. I drove around Hillsborough tonight. People sure love their Xmas lights around here. Yeah, same here. There's a lot of people that get pretty festive. Not a lot of people, but pretty decent amount of people do.
It would need to rain like that for like 6 months straight to reinvigorate the fucking water table here.
Oh my god, California would need such a... Yeah, like, it would need, like, monsoon-style fucking, like, storms for, like, a full year straight for their water table to be fixed. Good job, Hugh. Oh, damn. Yeah, Hillsborough goes all out, don't they? Damn, Hillsborough. Damn,
like
son.
Watching somebody fucking push a big red button that says "Do not push," and have everything blow up in their face, and then go like, "I just disagree about whether or not I should push the button, bro." It's like, alright. Best of luck with
Tip
that.
off. How you doing, Bobby?
Sitting there like cartooned out with their hair all blown back and that black soot all over their faces and shit. Oh, man, I just feel like the button push was the right move. It's like, okay, okay, bro. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if there's actually some snow out there. Oh my god, I hate that. Definitely not. It's just raining.
I want to get a roll of stickers that says "I didn't vote." I want a cockatoo crow like everybody else does on that day.
Get like some bumper stickers of that. Oh my god.
Bumper stickers.
I mean, that's why you have, like, you know, vote giant meteor, you know, or like giant asteroid 2024 or shit like that, you know what I mean? I mean, that's another way of, you know, emphasizing such statement.
Dude, it breathes.
Vote giant meteor for president.
Well, that's because it took so long to get cold. It was technically July not that long ago. Like 3 weeks ago, we were sitting out here fucking swarming in flies at 110-degree heat.
Oh god, gross. Hey, baby.
Now it's colder than a witch's tit. It actually felt nice today. The sun came out a little bit, but now it's just all fucked up again. It's been foggy a lot, too.
So I'm getting, I want snow. I'm done with it right now. It's been like...
Bleh.
Bleh. That. Bleh.
You ever tried tincture?
Ugh.
THC tincture? Yes.
I mean, shit's just so... It feels like...
You
Just...
it works. It's
Just
like,
muddy,
I have to-
schlocky, just...
Usually most tinctures
Bleh.
are meant for people with really low THC tolerance, so you can put a couple little squirts in your tea or whatever and stir it up. Like, that's not enough for me. I mean, I gotta fucking...
It's like, I mean, it's Christmas. Like, not even Christmas. It's fucking, like, you know,
Yeah, I would have...
goddamn December. It's like, come on. There's
Tincture
snow.
stuff is very oily. That
Where's the
usually
snow?
sits at the top of most of your drinks.
I want my
It does
THC
blend
laced
better with
fucking
longer
snow
drinks,
organ.
I'll tell you that.
Where is
You
it?
can put it in anything. And it'll get
My
you high.
tincture laced fucking snow.
Preferred way. I like edible.
Okay, you know what? Tincture laced snow cones sound pretty awesome,
A
actually.
large dose of THC or whatever. And then otherwise, just smoking. And for me, like, smoking a joint is like, there are some people that would smoke the same joint if they smoked it all to themselves, and the time that it takes for me to smoke it, they'd just be fucking sick. We're on planet Zordon or some shit. But and that's it's somewhat a reflection of the amount of weed I smoke, and just somewhat a reflection of my general constitution, because I've always been that way. Like, even back when I was a fucking teenager, when I first started smoking, I had a higher tolerance for weed than most other people did. I was pretty quickly, you know, the dude that could outsmoke everybody.
Kind of felt that way, at least, you know, initially. Then I quickly realized I, you
My
know,
mom and I
definitely got a
during
tolerance.
The dark party days used to be the last
But
two people.
kind of a regular
to
smoker
drunk
now at
off
this
our
point,
asses,
so I
and
don't really
everybody
got
else would be,
that
you
much
know,
of a
either
tolerance.
having gone home with their sober driver or passed out on the couch or whatever, and we would be up together and cleaning up because we didn't want to, drinking while we were cleaning up, drunk off our asses cleaning up. So I pulled her.
That's the best way to start cleaning up.
Alcohol, which is
Have a beer or two and start cleaning.
not that
That's the way to do it.
rare amongst people that have a lot of Irish ancestry. They just, genetically tend to have a pretty good.
This be true. I got some that blood to me.
That's true. Italian constitute. Well, I mean, they drink a lot too. The longest you
Yeah,
stop.
Italy's
since you
got
started
wine.
smoking weed. Like,
Lots
you're
of it.
talking about, like when I was a kid. I went years. Went a couple of years in my early 20s. Like mid 20s, I guess. 20, 25, 26, around then, when I just wasn't smoking. And it was not a good thing. I went to like 27, 28, I think, and got my medical card. And,
Sweet baby. I see your baldy.
I just wanted to see. Like, I wanted to, like, see if, like, my shit was manageable unmedicated.
Come on.
And I figured, you know, during a lot of that time, you know, I was really trying to focus on that. If I could manage myself.
Look at that ass eggnog.
The truth
That was a
about
fat versus size for some reason.
is that it is
Bruh.
a mood
That save some for me. I will totally take some of that off your hands at some point. If you end up not drinking all of it. Tip guy's been Bosch. Yeah, he's returned to his more Twitch appropriate name, I guess.
Medications and shit. I'm not super well. In fact, I'm very.
Last time I checked up on the repeal on that was yesterday, so I'm not actually really expecting it today. It's a non-business day.
People are stupid withdrawals. I mean, there's certainly, you can get addicted to weed. I probably have an addiction.
I also got it.
It's not physically addictive. In
Got a pretty epic logo.
It's psychologically addictive. And so yeah, I'll fully admit that I have an addiction to marijuana, but it doesn't, you know, like, when I stopped doing it, right around the time you and I first got together, or before, I was fine. Yeah, I was fine. I worked all through that. Nobody saw any interruptions from me. You know what I mean? I did my job. I did everything I needed to do for my job. I moved during that time and got it done. And fucking zip, zop, zoobity bop.
Zip, zap, zibbity bop, beep, bop, boopity boop. Figured out how to change my YouTube name. Nice. See what I run shows on too. But I don't really say
Yeah,
much.
that was some shit.
It was a Sunday
Wasn't a
too.
lot of people's year. It was a rough fucking year for a lot of people. You know, all the stress of that, of course, contributed to my negative mental health. But it's just one of those things, man. I guess I wanted to see, and it was a bad time for me to choose to do it too, because it was, you know. Yeah.
Use Max praises Trump for saving Christmas. What the fuck?
To go through.
Oh my god. I love how every year there's always a war on Christmas, dude.
I want to see what I can do.
Every fucking year there's always got to be one.
Because at that point it had been a couple of years since I had
Like, wow.
tried to take a longer break from you know, whatever medicating, because at that point that's the only way I was.
It's like, thank you, Donald Trump, for saving
Have
Christmas.
Stigma against psychological medications that's not really founded in reality.
Also on top of that, it's like,
When I find the right
you're actually the rightful one.
myself, okay,
You'll take it from you.
it's just not super easy.
Plus, being known as Rip is pretty epic. Yeah, it's pretty much like kind of a signature now at this point.
But you know, now I know. Like now I know that that's the extent of my illness. The extent of my illness is unless there's some other kind of treatment.
Let's see what else. There's not fucking goddamn lick of shit. Man, I love Sunday sometimes. Reminds me what semester I went to for many years division. On division, Rip City Remedies.
Modulate my fucking mood, and that's where I'm at. Like, that doesn't mean that I'm fucking symptom free.
I'm honestly
It just means
not gonna lie. I feel like I might have seen that before.
that's the best I can do.
Next to a guitar store. Nice.
The myth of the cured mentally ill person is a pretty strong one in our society and shit. How many people are starting to become more accepting and talking about this. You know,
Hey,
believe that there's a real
what are you doing?
or that there's something to change in your life and what goes with it. And the vast majority of mentally ill people, that is not the case. There are some mentally ill people that maybe
Who's a good baby?
There's no panacea for mental illness. It really is a person-to-person basis.
So the one next to Trade Up Music. Well, Trade Up Music isn't necessarily just a guitar store, though.
Yeah, I've been on a bunch of different
Well, I mean, maybe.
bunch of different kinds.
I mean, Trade Up Music does have a lot of guitars. What? What? Little cuddle beast. You're a little cuddle monster. Oh god. Hi. Hello, buddy. Hey, oh, well, okay. Well, alright. That works. That's one way to do it. Hi, buddy.
I've got some pie, sky apple pie reading about this magnetic bombardment treatment or whatever that they're doing. Yeah, that might actually go out fucking mad. I also want to try to get it therapy. Try and find it.
Who's this sweet baby?
Go to Oregon and get on a resident microdosing psilocybin and LSD. I would do that as well. I've heard it in particular that microdosing LSD is really good for treatment of depression and anxiety.
Ah! Wow!
Get a program like that, I think that I would really be able to functionally better than I do.
Oh. Oh, it's just a baby. Who's just a baby?
Yeah. Yeah, that would suck, dude. That'd be shady.
Ah!
Better to
Oh.
just trickle it out over your life, you know. I'm done. See you later.
Oh. Oh. It's just a chungus. Ah. Oh! Okay. Okay then. Vodka plus Nagasaki. Well, wouldn't you need sake for that? Sake plus eggnog for a Nagasaki? Guitar crazy. Oh. Well, there you go. Zuka. Hey. Hey. Oh. You handsome boy. Well, I guess I'm over. Wow. I am more pins with Zukov than I am Bandit. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, this is great. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, you silly cute little thing. Oh my god. Yeah, hi. Hello. Ugh. You've been laid down now, I saw. There we go. Nutrient music, I think straight up switch secondish. Yeah, something like that. Oh, who's a baby? Who's a baby, huh? What's going again? I love it. Oh, he's so cute. I suppose out one of the hipster districts becoming more hipster. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, no shit though. So it's all mom and pops now. Sad. Sad. Look out for you having fun here. Like, okay then. This is a spot for you. Division 23rd in Alberta, the hipster triumvirate. Oh my god, that really is pretty fucking accurate. Are you? Yeah, are you chilling? You chilling? Oh. You just a chillin'. I think he's a chillin'. Get rid of that way. Who's this sweet baby? One of the most sisters bars I've ever went to was Bull Island, which is still around. Huh. I've never even heard of that place before. Oh, who's a sweet baby, huh? Who's just a sweet baby? He's all fluffed out and scruffed. Wow. Beula. Beula? What a weird convoluted name. Some local music going on here. Wow. Jeez. That was a low energy yawn if I've ever heard one. Goddamn. These all little bars are in Burnskid. Maybe Burnskid? Gleason and Stark for 2025 or so, 6 years or so. Me Burnskid? Me Burnside? Unless there is a Burnskid that I literally have never heard of. Yeah, that wasn't a typo. That's what me and my friend used to call Burnside. Ah, okay. Cruise Little Tweakers is such near the river. Yeah, that makes sense actually a little bit. Because of how, well, because Skid Row, Burnside, yeah. Burnskid is more West Burnside though. Well, I guess because Skidmore found under Burnside Bridge. Well, you know, I didn't think about that either. It's a haven for all the manner of nastiness. Yeah. That's the unfortunate name being called Skidmore because now it's Skid Row, so it's like, oh. Has an extra connotation that somehow it's just being enforced. Don't name things with skid in it, because evidently it attracts nastiness. All sorts of tweakers and nastiness, apparently. Not necessarily, though. Not necessarily for following their own. Well, yeah. Obviously not. Where's all that nastiness going to go to when Malone County kicks everyone out of the start construction of a new bridge? The mission's right there, so if you want to buy 8, you gotta be there. Yeah. Pick up. I am tired of hell. What the hell? I disapprove of such. And then I improve my energy levels to be on such a low level at this moment in time. I got Zukop's over here now. I'm like, what? Do you think I was calling you? It's calling for you, huh? I was not. I wasn't. But I would give that little face a little pet because you're so cute. This is you're creating a location for a creative. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what? A creative location for a town around Portland. Some pretty well hidden. It's not so much. Lol. Yeah. Actually, a lot of them that I could tell are actually pretty well hidden. But the only reason why I noticed them and shit is just because mainly I'm walking around for the most part. So usually I, might cross the field and just cut through a field instead. And notice those type of things. Or they might be in the park and shit like that. Because I notice like homeless people coming and going from that area. Or I could just see a little path that leads into what's obviously a camp. So. Probably start investing in a house in Halifax. So just be investing in police a lot more. That's the sad truth about it. They'll be like, oh, we need to find a police because now all the fucking criminal rabble are over here now. This is what the radical left wants. This is why you need enlightened centrist liberalism. Let me sit here in my nice little Ivory West Hills. Beat it. You know how to take life by the horns and kick its ass. He does. Maybe he's throwing money at fucking grifters. Well, I mean, it's not gonna fucking, stop them, really. They're gonna be like, well, do something about it, even though they're probably gonna be mostly like, meh. Yeah, I guess we'll come by and tell them to go away, and then we'll leave, and if you call again, we'll note it, I guess. The Habitat Giant one in Wilsonville about 10-15 years ago. The owner sold it, and in New Orleans kicked everyone out, built apartments on the land. Wow. So that type of practice isn't new. Honestly, it definitely hasn't been new, but why am I not shocked this happened around here before too? And the fucked up thing is, those people that live in those places and shit already own those homes, but yet, where are they gonna fucking go with them? They can't just, like, take them, I guess, you know? I mean, I suppose they could try, but that's a lot of fucking money to move that thing. Yeah, deal with the bubble, but not delay. Yeah. Usually is the case with those things. He so badly wants to play a bandit. Because shaft, basically. I mean, at least to me, it's not necessarily the problem of where you build it and shit. It's more so about, like, you know, how do we do it with the least amount of harm, and with the, you know, harm done to the people or whatever the fuck, you know, with that shit. How do we, you know, like, best adequately, you know, give him a, you know, like, some sort of restitution for that type of shit. So they at least are not just left on their fucking ass. That's at least equivalent, or even more so, you know, to what they got, you know, going on now, just so they can at least, you know, again, stay on their feet. And also give them, like, at least, like, some sort of, you know, notice that's well ahead of time, like a 6 months notice or some shit, so they at least have time to prep and look around and shit like that. Sweet little baby. Bandit. I'm gonna go get Bandit. Bandito. Hey, Bandit. Hey, Bandit. Individual size pizza. I don't think individual sizes. Aside from, like, those little single serve things in the freezer section. Oh, little Bandit. Hey, Bandito. No, he's a sweet little buddy. Such a soft little noodle. Man, you purring hard, boy. Thanks for the tail in the face. Much appreciated. Little bandito. Such a sweet boy. Sweet little boy as you is. I mean, both of you are sweet boys. I love how you love your face being like smooshed and scritched. Sukov! Sukov! Oh my god, bro. Holy shit. Crazy. All this chaos. Hey. What was even that? I don't even know. Good, man. For like half a second, I got my hopes up because I thought there was snow. But I realized it's literally just a bunch of fluff that Zukov has obliterated out of these fucking things that I've given him. I'm talking about you. Crazy boy. A little psycho dog of pure handsomeness and cuteness. Goofball. Bring it over here. Come on. Bring it here. Bring it here. The cute face, bro. You gotta bring it over here, dude. Come here. Come here. Come on, Sukov. Come on. You gotta bring it over here. Oh, you fuck. Stop being cute. Just holding that in your mouth like that, just dangling. It fell in your bowl of water, dude. You let it bounce in your water bowl. That's what you did. Fucking little nut. Do you not know how to pick it up anymore? You're like, it's on this weird surface. I can't pick it up. Oh my god, you really, are you dumb? Are you derping? You derp. You gotta stick your schnoz in there, bro. You just gotta go for it. Oh my god. Don't tell me you're gonna give up. Get it! Get it! Oh, you cannot be serious. Pathetic. Oh my god, you cannot be serious. This is ridiculous. This is getting... That was just getting sad. That was just seriously getting sad. Like, he didn't want to stick his schnoz, like, whatsoever into the water bowl. Like, he wanted to try to keep himself perfectly dry, so he was like, no. So every time it would just, like, go underwater, he would just stop trying to pick it up. And it's like, dude, you just have to go in there, bro. You gotta go for it. He just spent that entire time just, like, repeating this, like... Like, he doesn't, like, he didn't want to... Like, he just didn't want to go... Boop, boop. Just get in there and get it out, you know? Fucking dork. Winco sells individual slices. I thought Winco just sells whole pizzas. Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's only at select ones. No, I've never been at the deli at the one that's near me for the Winco there, so I actually don't know if they got ones over there or not. Got the intel, buddy. Baby. I wouldn't know. But maybe so. You silly little string bang. You need to cease with this cuteness. Too much. Sweet little boy. Bull. Sweet little thing. Whew. Wow, that little slap routine and shit did not help with that energy shit, did it? Damn. Ripping pepperonis. Energy IPA. If they made such fucking things. Hey. What are you doing? Hmm? What the hell can you see that I can't when you look up? Are you able to like see the smoke and shit longer? You don't see it dissipate as much or something? There's your Sukavo. I had him on my lap earlier, and if anything, he probably lulled me more to sleep. Despite his energy. But I've been working the last couple days too and shit. With that just being constant, same fucking routine and shit as usual. So we're a little understaffed today, so that probably could explain it. You know, had to deal with just two of us being there since fucking like 5, and that was fun. Holding up. It's actually been holding up pretty good. It's been chilling, so it hasn't flown away yet. No way. What are you doing? You went outside. Is that what I'm getting from you? I should probably let him out real quick, 'cause I think that's what you want, don't it? Isn't that what you want, don't it? Oh my god. Oh! No, don't do that. You know, I think Bandit also really regrets his decision going outside because he was wanting back in. You poor thing. You poor Bandito. Probably gets cyclone and ends up in Melty's yard. Oh my god, that'd be kind of funny. If it actually did somehow end up there. Well, now it's all wet. Food recalls lately. Honestly, I wouldn't necessarily be that surprised. I know with Kellogg, because of the scab labor and shit, there's been a lot of different fucking random shit like plastic flakes and Cheez-Its and little metal flakes and shit like that and other products that Kellogg's owns. So it's just like, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if, at this point there's just gonna be a lot of fucking recalls of all sorts of different shit. Man, you're still making a damn mess.
No, bro, don't be damn scared, bro. You're just making a mess. That's all. Psychopath. You're just a little psychopath. You're proceeding to make a mess while I'm cleaning up your mess. Thanks. Little paw prints everywhere because you're wet. Oh! You did it again! Like, really? Whilst in the process. Never mind. You're an asshole. You're an asshole. Fucking prick.
Ice cream pepperoni were called? Damn. Damn, son. Please refrain from, like, making a mess, please. I just realized, wait, how would ice cream get recalled? Sour milk or something? Some newer got mixed in with the fucking butterfats or some shit? I don't... Did they properly label it? Includes soy and gluten, but what's specific specified ingredients? Ah, okay. At least to me, that ain't a big deal, but obviously I can see why that is a big deal. Because there are people who, you know, need some gluten-free shit on top of some other stuff, you know what I mean, when it comes to soy, yeah, so. Soy allergies and shit like that, so. At least for me, that wouldn't necessarily affect me, but yeah. Definitely want to make sure they're labeled properly. I suppose, given time, I mean, if it's still, you know, good, I mean, they could probably just get them relabeled and just put back out. Gluten intolerant people. Ah, okay. Jesus. I like this random little thing I found on. Now this news posts some called, "Who do you think is tougher? Watch ultimate stare down unfold between a tiny dog and a scary mountain lion." It's like you have tiny scruffy dog or ferocious mountain lion. It's like, bruh. Tiny little dogs, you know. You may think, hey, they're all dark, no bite. But just deep down inside, they have like that berserker rage, you know, ready to come out. I mean, the whole like lore of Chupacabra, for example. I mean, people think it's like, you know, some crazy like demon thing or some shit or whatever the fuck. I don't know what. You know, some people think it's like some government experiment, some, you know, like rare creature no one's found yet, whatever the fuck. Nah, it's just the tiny dogs, you know, when they're running around free out in those fucking, out of fucking wild. It's like, I don't know, man. They're out there looking for blood. I wouldn't be messing with that shit. Shit, DFAT Friday has an episode on old criminals. But they're old. Is Donald Trump gonna be on that list? He's old, but yeah, well, he's just a long-term one. He's been doing his criminality pretty much since he was in the fucking womb. in his like Cheeto processing facility, and then they botched it, and he came out. Did you let off a stinker? You let off a... Oh, man. I think you did, because I could smell from over here, and it was just, like, on the other side of the garage. Like, oh, dude. I'm glad he didn't do that over here. Like, I just barely caught a whiff of it as he walked by. As he, like, allowed some of those pheromones to, like, you know, like, drifted this way with him moving over here. It's like, oh, shit. Zukov, leave the cat alone. Leave that cat alone. Zukov. Come here. Come here, buddy. Zukov. Attaboy. Hey, buddy. Yeah, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy, huh? Who's a good boy? We're gonna have this chest lump for as long as that cat needs to take its deuce. I don't know which cat it is. It's Curly. We're gonna keep doing this until the Curly's done. Forgot one of the stores have the same stuff, the same layout, all that seat until Skrilla. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not the case, because our store, for, like, Safeways, for example, is actually pretty small. In comparison to other Safeways, like, we don't have a lot of that, you know, stuff that other stores would have. Like, some dealers have, like, a straight-up sushi bar. Which is like, oh, shit. That's pretty dope. Because I wouldn't mind doing that, honestly. From what I understand, it's actually also part of the China case too, where the China chefs will actually do that stuff. But it's like, I kind of know how to do it. Dress a little differently else. That's true. They'll have like a similar structure of like how they might work, but for layout, I mean, it's all specifically done for the area that they're building it. So it's like the layout for our store is strategically and kind of specifically done up due to neighborhood here. Same with the Winco, that's not that far off either. Two out here in Hillsborough, nearly identical. Probably just because, like, up in, your area specifically, it pretty much all caters to the same type of people, the same type of neighborhood, essentially, so to speak. I've been there in a while, yeah. Zukov, what are you doing? Actually, that was very similar to Cub Foods in stores in Minnesota. Probably built around the same time with this some of the time, save money. Probably. Because prior to a name change, those stores operate under the company's name as part of franchise agreement. I thought Cub was the only Minnesota store. Well, I guess it ain't. I actually didn't know that about Winco, but shows that Winco's even, probably a bigger conglomerate than, we even think. Make it out to be. On at least. There's still a lot of fucking horror stories, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's good though. Because of the horror stories I've heard about, because our newest co-worker I was supposed to go tonight, she used to work at Winco, and they were a lot more fucked when it comes to a lot of their shit that, goes on. I mean, if you think it's like shit, where I have to deal with is pretty fucked. I mean, from our stand, in a lot of ways, it's actually pretty worse. I should get to retire. But you have to actually be there for a certain amount of time for that type of shit to apply. Same with the benefits too. And also, you don't necessarily get to be a part of the whole employee ownership until you've been there for like 6 years. So, I mean, there's still some bullshit about it. That doesn't necessarily mean it's good. Hey boy. Hey, what are you doing? Hey. Oh, jeez. 25 left in there. Still pretty decent amount. I think I might finish this burr up, however long that takes. Probably gotta go for stream. Still a pretty decent amount in there. I have options for once. IPA Bailey's or my vodka nog. Bailey's and eggnog sound pretty good together. I'll try that out. Baby. The baby. Boy. The baby. My God, good girl. I know I've tried Irish cream and eggnog once before and mixed those two together. That is a really good fucking combination. So, I'm thinking, honestly, Bailey's and eggnog sounds really good. I'm still pondering out in my head. I'm like, you know, that does honestly sound pretty good, though. Bailey's is ice cream. Yeah, I've tried it before. I actually found this like O'Mara's chocolate mint Irish cream that's actually really fucking good. I've actually had it once on stream before. I want to try that with some eggnog because that sounds fucking fire. Chocolate mint Irish cream and fucking eggnog. Oh, dude. Where you going? Where are you going, huh? Look at you. Your debauchery of sin and cuteness is unforgivable. Though I first laid eyes on your ass, I knew it. You know? I knew it. And that's never gonna change. Look at you. It continues to grow further and further of cuteness. Who's good baby? Vodka may be the only legit way to drink nog. Is it the only way? There's got to be another way. Hi, Billy Mays here. With different options to have eggnog that isn't necessarily vodka. What are you doing? I see a tail wagging over here and I see a fucking little nose of a dog over here. What are you doing? Oh. What about Nagasaki? See? That's what I mean. Hi, Billy Mays here, introducing the Nagasaki. When vodka doesn't cut it for you for your eggnog, try some sake for the Nagasaki. It'll surely bomb your world. Oh my god, okay, that's... Wow. Where'd that go? Oh, I see that. It's like, why not, why? It's not even worth having that fucking thing on there anymore. This is stick. This will stay in place. Who's a baby? Hmm? Who's the boy? What's up, Bandit? You're over there still? Oh my god. Didn't you just not learn your lesson? Hi, Billy Mays here for Eggnog, the drink specialist, powered by the eggs chicken lay. Activated by the vodka you'll add. It's Mother Nature approved and safe for your colored fabrics. Oh, Billy Mays. I don't remember seeing those fucking infomercials that night. He was like the only real one who was worth watching when it came to the infomercials. But then he had like the fucking I mean, didn't you have that one dude who basically got caught doing like some sort of prostitution thing or some shit like that, or got caught Voguer and was in jail for a little bit? But then it came back and did like a couple more advertisements, kind of owning it a little bit. No idea for PFP. Oh. Oh. You're staring down Bandit so hard, bro. You really want to play with him, do you? And Bandit wants outside for some ungodly reason. Even though it's raining and wet. Like, did you not learn your lesson? Did you not learn the lesson, Bandit? I don't think he did. Silly little fool. Yeah, definitely ain't gonna be snow tonight because it's literally fucking 39 degrees and raining. Constant rain, and wow, it's gonna stop raining by like 8 or 9 tomorrow. Vinny the Slap Chop? Yeah, the Slap Chop guy. Yeah, the Vinny dude. Got his ear bit off by a hooker in a hotel room. Yeah! What's his tongue? I don't know. Something like that. He got caught in some weird, crazy shit. I think it was the ShamWow. Yeah, the ShamWow rags. Because I remember, I think they got him back for just like, you know, a couple more ads. Because I remember it's like, you can use it, you know, for, you know, this thing or that thing. Or even when you have some of those unforgettable moments. And it had him holding up one of those fucking, like, stereotypical little, like, prison, you know, mugshot signs and shit. You know, just, it's pretty much like owning it, almost. It's like, wow. Initially at the time, because I was growing up, a little naive, you know, to such events and shit, I wasn't aware of why that was there. I was like, huh? But then, in hindsight, I went, oh! Much more sense, and now it's actually pretty funny. And advertisements back then were actually, like... It's like, some of us, like, man, there was something about those infomercials that were, you know, at least had some amusement to them. Got his own cleaning spray called Invincible. Oh my fucking god, dude, wow. Wow. They're so very tail and long arrow show commercials. Yeah, it was like, I mean, pretty much Vinny was the last one who was actually somewhat. I don't think doing anymore. Well, not like that. Definitely not like that anymore. Where they have like some crazy quirky personality. They literally have the most blandest. They usually have like some old like grandma looking type or some shit, or like some middle-aged Karen wine mom, or like just some random old like business office looking dude who shouldn't be there but is anyway. It's usually one a combination of the three. Because I guess having some like young hip charismatic person, you know, may or may not have some baggage to it, so can't have that. You gotta be able to read from a teleprompter and basically be bland and empty-headed as much as possible. Sukov's so bad when I was playing for him. I love it. So cute. He's never gonna get it. Eventually, he's gonna get like really bitch slapped by a bandit. And I'm honestly low-key gonna laugh. Sukov. Sukov. You know what you were doing. Little bastard. Little terroristero. Got my one more night so I can go buy this. I think I'll get this last bowl. I'll do two actually. Look at you. I like I have to look like up to see my smoke cloud. It means it's not going to you. Man, you're gonna have like a fluffy mane. That neck area is gonna be fluffy. Like, it's already starting to form as it is. The extravagant fluff that he's gonna have. Look, boy. It really is. Is that like... He's not like super fluffy, but he's got like really fluffy spots. Like his neck and his tail are like the most fluffy spots on him. And then like he has a little bit of a fluffy underbelly, which will probably develop a lot more as he grows older. Like a lot of the fluff now is going to just develop into more fluff and more. I mean, it won't be like expansion, you know, or expansionist fluff. It's going to hug onto him, but nonetheless, it'll be fluff. Yep. Warmer bowl. And now toke me out. For showsies. Give him a mask? Oh yeah. I actually need to get one for him here in the next day or two. This honestly doesn't get too wet and too fucked up, you know, for being outside. The rain is his bath. No, it's not. That makes him muddier than shit. It makes it that much harder for me to clean him. Oh, come on, it bounced off a can. Hey. Anyway. My dogs have a dogeless for the mud. They're like ski bums who ski the mud slopes. Oh god. What the fuck? What the hell, though? I mean, I ain't gonna let him just be rolling in it like a pig and shit. You need at least to see somewhat cleanly. But yeah, but that all stank. Let's get that at all. That's like if I really start smelling that on him, then it's like, all right, even if I don't got the energy for it, I'm giving you a bath. I give him at least once a week, give or take. My friend's Golden got that dog stink real bad. Oh, I mean, it's definitely got a scent to him, but honestly, it's not even really that bad. It's just that once he gets really wet is when it really comes out. Because I'll wake up, sometimes he'll be at the foot of my bed, and then he'll just, like, kind of stretch out, and stretch his, like, paws and his, like, head towards me a little bit. And I'll, like, drag him up to me and just, like, cuddle up next to him and shit. He doesn't give a fuck. But, you know, and he has, like, a little scent to him, but, I mean, it's not, like, bad or nothing. I mean, it's, you know, it's not like a pleasant smell, but, you know, it's just a scent, you know. I mean, it's how, like, humans have their own, like, unique pheromones. Like, you know, every dog's got their own little unique pheromones going on and shit. And, you know, whether we really know that or not, we can kind of smell it. And, you know, at least, you know, especially with dogs, you know, we can kind of smell that. Humans, not as much. Unless it's a little bit more direct. Like, you know, like, oh, you know, I have, you know, my ex's pillow, because I could still kind of smell the scent, you know, of their hair on there at night, you know, or whatever the fuck. That type of shit. Taco Bell scent. Oh, God. Ugh. Rank. Save those 2 beers for tomorrow. I have 2 other burrs, but definitely save them for tomorrow. But anyway. Whew. I think I'll get a little bit of food in me. Get some Z's, because Jesus Christ, I am. God. Them Z's creeping up behind my back of my head. Drink them now. Oh. I'd probably get through like half of one of them and then probably legit unironically fucking pass out. Like, so... Like, you have to have a certain energy level to do that. Like, I could do it, but then I'll be like... Like, I'd be really out then. Like, it would probably legit be a sleeping stream. At least for an hour or 2. So... I don't think we want that. I know some people, like, will strangely watch that shit, and that's creepy. So I'll, like, I remember seeing one of those once, because there was because Drunken Peasants, I'm still subscribed to them, but one of their hosts, I think Ben, he did one, and I tuned in for, like literally 1 minute just to see, like, what was going on, and it's just, like, it was just a cam on him sleeping, and then just a chat there, and then I guess he was trying to raise money, but decided to be like, I'll do it as a sleeping stream. It's like, I will literally do no effort at all to do this. It's like, we could do like a karaoke stream, a 24-hour stream, something. But now it's like, I will sleep, and I shall stream it. It's like, what the, okay. And apparently people were giving money, so people watch it, and people will donate to it, apparently. I must be missing out on that weird proto-porn shit on Twitch. Not just Twitch, but just YouTube in general, too. And I don't think it is, but it's definitely creepy. Because, I mean, it's just... I mean, there wasn't anything, like, weird going on with the... I mean, it's just a person sleeping. But... It's just, like... Going to sleep knowing you are streaming and people are watching you, even though they literally aren't there, like, okay, that... Even for me, that's like, okay, well, bro. Like, I mean, there's one thing where you might pass out, like, doing this or some shit while you're streaming, because you're just tired as fuck. But when it's like, that's the premise of, like, I'm gonna go to sleep now. You know, while I stream. You know, it's just like... Why? Peak attention whoring. So, coffee. I mean, honestly, like... I mean, it's like yes, but no at the same time. Because, like, you're not doing anything to garner the attention, but nonetheless, you're trying to attention whore. So it's like it's like a hoisted by your own petard, like oxymoronic attention whoring. Like, what? I mean, it's some definitely weird shit. Like, it's not really as much of a thing anymore, I've noticed, but there was, like, a point, like, it was, like, late 2019, early 2020, where it was basically just, you know, where it was legit, like, a little bit of a fad, where there were people doing it, but not so much anymore. So, I'm thinking, like, people realized that it was exceptionally dumb. And only the most desperate of people are doing it now, I guess. I don't know. Whoa. You're right. Yeah. Honestly, I really am with that. Like, you're trying to attention whore, but yet you're literally are not doing anything to do, you know, whatever you can to try to garner the attention whoring. You literally are just sleeping. It's like, I literally will look at somebody who's sleeping and just not... Zukoff, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? I'm just hearing panic going off. Oh my god. Sleep streams, anarchy in the chat room. Well, there's like, well, at least the one I saw for like 1 minute. There were mods there, but yeah, it was essentially just anarchy in the chat. It was just people chat with each other in the chat. It was like just a chat room while you can watch someone sleep. It's just weird. It's like at that point, why not just? It's like if you're going to have a stream like that, you might as well just have like some pre-recorded shit or something. Radical Maniac. At least I'm a mod there. I could turn on emo only or sub only. Lol. True. It's been a while since I've been over on his streams and shit too. We started dreaming about that Jaeger he drank. Have you ever seen the 24-hour Walmart streams? Hella cringe. Are there really no way. No fucking way, dude. What be that? Do I even want to know? I don't even want to know. Exist in a 24-hour Walmart for 24 hours. Sounds gripping. Have like a camera set up in the middle of a 24-hour Walmart for 24 hours. Try not to get caught by security. Why not just look like you're shopping the entire time? It then maybe hit like the... Because some Walmarts that will have food courts. The one there's one near me and that one has a Subway in it. So it's like you can kind of fuck around long enough. But... that would be too boring. That and why in the fuck would I be in a Walmart for not like for 24 minutes, let alone 24 hours, for like 24 seconds? Ugh. Usually do dumb shit like shoot hoops in the sports section or build forts out of couches. You know Walmart employees do not give an iota of a fuck when people could just get away with that. I mean, shooting hoops is actually kind of a somewhat understandable thing, because, like, I want to test the products, you know, I guess. But, like, building forts out of couches, like, okay. Based? I mean, that's actually kind of based, though. Like, hey, I'm gonna go to the store, fuck with them a little bit, and start making forts out of their furniture. Like, I mean, you can't go wrong with that, with those guys. If they just, like took their fucking Nerf guns and shit from the toy section and started playing, like, little Nerf battles with their forts, that'd be even better. And just to make it easier to get away with, like, let them buy them or whatever the fuck, so they have receipts. I'm putting quotes in it, but I guess they could literally, you know, legit actually buy them. But have like receipts, so it'd be like if they come in and be like, hey, you can't be doing this or whatever, it'd be like, hey, we got receipts for these. Fuck you. One display toilets to add fleet building. Wow, dude. How do you fuck up a display toilet? What, do you, like, sit on it and, like, fell over and, like, broke? What, do you, like, pick it up and chucked it? within 3 miles of each other. I don't know. You know, there's like Starbuckses that will literally be within like blocks of each other, right? Not even within like half a mile, within like blocks of each other. Sat in it, fell off, and it broke. Wow. Not surprised. Because one's a jumbo and the other one's a regular. You want the jumbo or you want the regular? Take your pick. Yeah, but Starbucks takes the cake. Oh, of course. So it just kind of shows that these corporations, you know, are kind of okay with doing these things. Because honestly, like, overall though, like, a lot of these major corporations, like, let's say, you know, like, if a Walmart wanted to try to unionize, for example, or some shit, they can easily just, like, oh, well, we could just shut this one down and consolidate, you know, if it's at a store. You know, because it's already there, because it's just so damn close. So, it's just like, if there's anything that, the company of those stores, you know, wants to say that, like, oh, we want to consolidate, or, oh, well, there was, like, a regulation violation, or this or that, or whatever the fuck, you know, whatever their excuse is, they can just shut that down and consolidate. And it'd be easy, because they can still make money off of that neighborhood, because there'll be, like, 2 or 3, different stores from that same company, you know, within, like, a couple miles, you know, or 5-mile radius. It's like, oh, well, people in that neighborhood will have to, you know, go out just a little farther, but hey, you know, we're close enough. Everyday chef grocery. Oh yeah, definitely agree with that. Food accessibility, yes, is essential. Yep. Go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. I shall be right back. What's up, baby? Meow. Hey, dude. See, Cop really wants to play with me.
cold.
It is chilly but rainy as fuck. It's like, man, if it's gonna be cold, might as well just get a goddamn snow. Thank you, convenience store. I'm up to Platt standards. Yeah, seriously. South One, for instance, notoriously bad at that shit. Hey, what are you doing? Don't be getting nothing you're not supposed to be getting into. Good meal. I'm definitely feeling nippiness for some food. So I get this last bowl loaded up here. Aye. Get this last bowl smoked out and call good for this lovely little evenings. Give me some foods. Plus we hit a little 3-hour mark. That's a nice little time and little hours are rounded up towards. Yeah. Yeah. Too bad it Slash Bull didn't fucking make an appearance. Oh wait, that's right. I banned most of them. But whatever. You're not. I'll call good for the rest of the team, so peace out. And of course, I see y'all in that